Oh, shit. What's up, guys? You like my Gambit shirt? Pretty fucking clean, ain't it? Hell yeah, baby. We talking about Marvel, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dougie McDoubles, the Marvel Master, and today we are going over something a little bit different. It's not DC today. I am going to predict and announce who I think should be in Avengers Doomsday. Now, if you don't know, I'm Doug McDowell's, a part of Saturday Morning Cartoons, yada, 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 the greatest cartoon podcast in the world, next to my best friend in the world, Ray McFlurry II. But today I alone am going to announce and fan cast wildly who should come back for Doomsday, the new Avengers movie coming out in 2026. Now, take a second with me. Close your eyes. Okay? Imagine a pile of rubble. Okay? Pile of rubble. Then you cut to someone turning in and out of invisibility, unconscious. Then you see a decapitated head next to a body that's on fire, separate. And then you just pan up and see legs and follow the legs as they continue to stretch. Followed by stomps, commanding stomps that flip over what you see as Miles Teller, Reed Richards. All fucked up, beaten to shit. Looks like he got hit in the face with a coffee pot, Holmes. When he's flipped over, you see the boots of metal. And it cuts up, and you see Doom's mask removed, and it's Robert Downey Jr., and he says, "You're not as strong as the others." And then you see him stomp on the camera, and you realize it's Reed Richards' head. Cut to black, Avengers Doomsday. Bring back the Sony Fantastic Four strictly for that intro scene to show that he's killing off timelines, to show the severity of it. Yeah, we don't really give a fuck about him. That's not the point. He's killing off his villains. He's killing off his villains. He's killing off his nemesis, Reed Richards. Who's going to lead the new Avengers? It was announced Pedro Pascal is going to lead the new Avengers in Avengers Doomsday. So it could be a perfect intro scene of just getting rid of cameos, getting rid of other characters in other universes and other timelines. A couple of people that need to come back for Avengers Doomsday: Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Daphne. All right? Daphne Keane, bring her in. All X-23, all three of them. We've already announced Channing Tatum will come back as Gambit in Avengers Doomsday, which is perfectly fine. But I think those three will be important to the franchise alone, just bringing in Deadpool, Wolverine, and X-23, literally. You can always, it's nothing better than having a second Wolverine. I think we need to come back to reality for a second and bring in Halle Berry as Storm. She deserves it. She is the Storm. We need to bring in James McAvoy as Professor X as the second one. And we need to bring back Michael Fassbender. They were easily the best two parts of the rebooted X-Men franchise. They deserve it. They deserve their graces. They deserve the effort that they put in. They deserve it to come back. I wholeheartedly believe that the Fantastic Four with Michael Chiklis and Jessica Alba need to return, except for Chris Evans, because if you remember in Deadpool and Wolverine, what happened to Johnny Storm. But let them come back as well as some type of avenge plan, for Johnny, if they're still alive. Bring in Colossus. Now, you can either bring in the first Fox franchise with the X-Men, with Hugh Jackman, or you bring in Deadpool's Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine's Colossus. Either way, bring him in. You need to have the power. You need to have the strength. You need to have the muscle. And Colossus is a titular member of a lot of the X-Men franchise. It needs to happen. With Charlie Cox making a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home, and it officially announced that John Bernthal is joining the cast of Spider-Man 4 Brand New Day, I think the Punisher and Daredevil both should deserve a role in at least Doomsday and or Secret Wars. Whether it's their versions or not, I don't think they should do the Deadpool treatment where they don't get a big actor to come fucking play this character. And I don't think they should get killed off. I think they obscure characters that were already old that we're not getting again. You know what I mean? Like before we get the reboot, I think we need them. Like the Punisher survives, Charlie Cox Daredevil survives, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. Yeah, you are. I don't have any other reason other than Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. Him being older, but him being a Ghost Rider in Doomsday would be so fucking great. And it's even easier to get the Midnight Suns film after we get the Punisher and we get Ghost Rider and bring in Moon Knight. Where the hell is Moon Knight? Are we going to get a season 2? What's left of him? Where is Oscar Isaac? Bring him in. Why the fuck not? Like, something needs to happen with Oscar Isaac. Kill him off, if anything. Something. Fuck. It's annoying. Where is Moon Knight? Why isn't he a part of this? Where are all these characters in this gigantic, colossal war? Where is he? Not even one rendition of Moon Knight we're not going to get? And on Battleworld? Not even a little bit. Now, regardless of her comments and how well received her show was, I personally believe Tatiana Maslany was a great She-Hulk. She was a great Jennifer Walters, and I think she should come back. And it was already kind of leaked in concept art that She-Hulk will return, and I think she deserves it. Any hate that y'all are doing and giving her is honestly kind of bullshit and fucking stupid. Tatiana Maslany and She-Hulk need to return for Avengers Doomsday. What's better than one Hulk? A second Hulk. A second Hulk with brain. That simple. I would really love it if we could get some type of cameo or just freaking nod to the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what I mean? Bring us Coulson. Bring us Earthquake. You know what I mean? Like or Quake, whatever her name is. It doesn't matter. Bring in Chloe Bennett. Who cares? I think we've had enough of the leaving random characters and not talking about it, of what's going on in the fucking universe because of rights or whatever. Like, get the fuck over it. That's why Superman's kicking the shit out of any sales that you're doing, Marvel. And finally, if this is gonna be Doomsday and it's gonna be Secret Wars, I think we need Molecule Man. I think based off the entire timeline and the way that they do it in the comic book run, I think we need Molecule Man. I think we're ramping up to it, and I think Robert Pattinson needs to play him. His work in Mickey 17, his work in the Batman as Bruce Wayne, the darkness in him and the sadness can generate so fucking much as Molecule Man. And he's so important to the franchise, to the series, to the comic book run of Doomsday and Secret Wars. So Molecule Man will show up. It's only a matter of time of who's going to play him. And with that, I think these are just the first part of the characters that deserve to be in Avengers Doomsday. And if you want to see my second parter, stay tuned for next week, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Dougie McDoubles for Saturday Morning Cartoons. Drink plenty of water. Please be safe. And I will see you guys next time.